One Piece 1011 Prediction. New form of Luffy? Prometheus fire? Zoro downstairs. Hello everyone, welcome back to Top Shounen. One Piece does not know since when it became a part of the youth of many of you, including me. Following the story from a young age, until now, we have gone out to the society to do business, learning what is called only work can we eat. If we do not want to eat, we eat shit, but we cannot learn how to quit One Piece. Especially the more interesting the story becomes, Zoro awakens House Hoku Haki, tattooing Kaido one more scar. And the martial arts genius Monkey D. Luffy has acquired the great learning from Kaido-sensei, applying it to his teacher. Meanwhile, Big Mom was also promptly rescued by Prometheus, before she fell into the sea. However, in order to return to the top of the skull, she needed to get through the Kid and Killer windows. I still think, against Yonko, the little boys only need one cycle, or one slash. But after 10 chapters, from chapter 1001 to the latest 1010 chapter, those thoughts have gradually disappeared. The supernovas are really strong, 2 Yonko will split into 3 different match pairs. Law and Zoro are helping each other downwards, towards the path of death, but their presence will help us add to the dominance of the castle. And what will happen next on Devil Island? Today, Top Shounen will join you in making some predictions for the next 1011 chapter. And I boldly guess the name of this chapter will be Yonko. In the beginning, why do I believe it will start with Luffy and Kaido? This seems quite similar to chapter 1000 and chapter 1001, and Kaido also took Luffy's red rock, causing him to collapse. But right at the beginning of the next chapter, Kaido got up and Luffy threw his head off. And now too, although the attacks have become stronger, no one thought Kaido would fall. Chapter 1011 will be similar to chapter 1001, which is the scene of Yonko and Supernova fighting. Certainly Kaido will stand up, to prove why he is called the most powerful creature in the world. I think Kaido will let Law and Zoro leave, just like chapter 1000, when Luffy asked Law to teleport the 9 Hongbeo, neither of Yonko interfered. To Kaido, simply those who were defeated didn't really matter, and now the biggest threat is Luffy. Just by destroying Luffy, the sweep of the rest will take place very quickly. Of course Kaido would get up, think something about the last time someone beat him that way. Of course, that person is none other than the red-headed Yonko Shanks. We will know what happened 2 years ago. Chapter 1010 is titled House Hoku Haki, which is what makes the difference between the kings of the New World, so I guess chapter 1011 will be titled Yonko. The first character present is Kaido, of course, but he will have a brief flashback of Shanks. Yonko too appears in chapter 1011. Kaido was about to go to Whitebeard, but was stopped by Shanks. I also want to see how Red Hair's power is. But the day before, I just ran into Kaido. The next day Shanks was present at Marineford, the crew was not injured, so I think that battle ended very quickly. Kaido does not achieve his goal, Shanks is able to fulfill their original intentions, so they stop fighting. So this will only be a brief flashback, when Kaido was beaten by a pirate of the junior class using House Hoku Haki. Because Shanks is also a generation after Kaido, he is only a few years younger than Big Mom, while this year Shanks is 39 years old. God Valley event took place 38 years ago, when Kaido gave birth to Death. Shanks was not weaned. Apparently Kaido was punched or slashed by Shanks with a powerful House Hoku Haki, he was also startled. Now being punched by another Shanks Jr.'s, it sure shakes him mentally. However, after taking a few seconds of calm, and reminiscing a bit about the clash 2 years ago, Kaido would laugh again at his familiar laugh. Even though Law took Zoro away, Kaido turned his dragon into the air and said, "It's been a long time since I felt this excited, the Straw Hat. So you can do that too, from now on I will use all my strength." After that, Kaido let out a roar, in his dragon form, but he still released House Hoku Haki through a shout. It was the same as when Big Mom got angry. She screamed and broke the mirror that Big gave to Caesar Clown, used to escape. Yonko's usage of House Hoku Haki is very different. Shanks just steps away, but the wall of Moby Dick also cracks. Big Mom screams, too, the weak people foam the edge. We have not seen Kaido use this House Hoku Haki, and he will use it in the next chapter. Blows like heat and wind when combined with House Hoku Haki will become more dangerous. The mythical Zoan Uo no Mi, the model of dragon fruit, cannot only make Kaido become a sandbag. From the beginning until now, every time he turns a dragon, he will turn into human form. The children will not fail, from the red envelope to the supernova. That makes us see that the Zoan is quite weak, even though Kaido eats the mythical Zoan. But Oda is not that simple. I think you will let Kaido combine House Hoku Haki with dragon form moves. In Zoan form he will recover faster than his hybrid form, and to be honest Kaido has suffered a lot of injuries. At the end of the chapter he started breathing harder. Kaido would not be foolish if 5 guys would turn big, but Luffy alone would not be afraid. Because in the previous video about Haki, I analyzed the weaknesses of Gear 4, it made Luffy dry up more quickly, because he had to force Buso's Hoku Haki to go outside and cover his body. So large in size, needing a dense amount of Haki, Luffy was exhausted once, now no one can protect him anymore. Because of that, I believe it's time for Luffy to show another form, because normally Luffy can't fly, Kaido just keeps his distance and he doesn't regain his stamina. At the point where Luffy is clearly weaker, must be quick to win, Luffy needs to fly, meaning Gear 4. With fully grasped the essence of Haki, including House Hoku Haki, Luffy will not use to the Bounce Man form. I think Snake Man will be used, this is the shape you used to defeat Katakuri. Snake Man is small, but much faster, and most importantly, less expensive Haki. Luffy has a high-level Buso's Hoku Haki and House Hoku Haki, doesn't need a big punch anymore, and still can hurt Kaido. Even the density of Haki enveloping his body has been reduced, to put more in the fist. The most important thing is his flying ability, he needs to be able to fight Kaido. Luffy once punched Doflamingo in front of the people of Dressrosa, I believe Kaido has a similar fate. The people of Hoa do still believe that Nine Hong Bao is fighting with Kaido and Orokai, and they don't even know who Straw Hat Luffy is. Since Oni Island is already near Mount Fuji, it will soon fly to Hana capital city. In Snake Man Gear Form 4, Luffy would knock Kaido down to the bottom of the castle, and the people of Wano also knew that their country was being rescued by another pirate. Wherever the Straw Hats went, when fighting the single tyrant who was ruling, Luffy was cheered by the people there. But chapter 993 they put up a doll that looks like Odin, and the body is that of a king. Then, chapter 1011 Luffy will use Gear 4, which also consumes a king, causing Kaido to fall. But the knockdown of Kaido hasn't happened so quickly, we'll see Yonko and the 5 kings match up first. There is another Yonko below, she will be right back. At this point, Luffy will be solo with Kaido, and he can't match House Hoku Haki with him, making the sky split in half, so Big Mom won't rush to the top with Kaido again, she just got up once. Seeing that Kid and Killer were blocking her, she definitely wanted to punish Kid. Because a while ago arrested Zeus, then contribute to push the old woman into the sea, if not, you cannot handle it. The clouds in the sky also began to gather denser, of course due to Big Mom's devil fruit powers. In chapter 1010, after saving Big Mom and pumping Zeus, Prometheus asked Big Mom for something. Then Kid looked up into the sky, and saw a strange phenomenon in the clouds in the sky. This proves that Prometheus's request has been approved by Big Mom, and that it is related to the phenomenon Kid saw. So what could it be? Create another Zeus? Thinking of Prometheus's pump of Zeus, this possibility is not reasonable, because creating another Zeus that is not necessarily better than the old one, is not for anything. And if she did that, then Big Mom did not wade the distant road to Wano to steal Zeus from Nami, just create another one. But the phenomenon that Kid and Killer see most likely is that Big Mom impacted the clouds. So if not creating another Zeus, what would Big Mom do? I assume Big Mom is upgrading Prometheus, by combining the sun with the clouds. Prometheus and Zeus had been standing on either side of Big Mom before, but from now on it would be only Prometheus. Prometheus was jealous, smacking Zeus to Big Mom because she prioritized Zeus over. But I think Zeus is stronger, like the image of the sun hidden behind the clouds, Prometheus is always inferior if Zeus is by his side, so he wants to get rid of the other forever, he will not tell Big Mom to create another Zeus. Similar to Napoleon, the hat, and also the Great Mother's sword. Why can a hat turn into a sword? I think she combined the two, a sword and a hat, to create Napoleon. Or the clouds of the sky are inherently just steam rising, and then condensing into, but Zeus emits lightning. So Big Mom also integrates thunder with steam, Zeus always has two colors, white clouds and dark clouds. Back to Prometheus, he wanted to control both the fire and the lightning, so he asked Big Mom to upgrade himself. The analysis chapter 1010 I have mentioned this topic, and Kaido created will become Prometheus's favorite, will it come true? In a week we will clear. Returning to Zeus, Nami, after attacking Ultai, told her to need a bigger lightning, so right now the return of Zeus is a priceless gift to her. I've seen that Big Mom can't do anything to Zeus when he's away from her, it's possible that he will be afraid of being killed and run to Nami. But after upgrading Prometheus, Big Mom could not take back Zeus's soul, she needed to feed Prometheus first, because it had already been slashed by Zoro. After flying to the edge of the island, seeing Kid and Killer, she will laugh and say, "Do you think you can stop me? And do you believe that the Straw Hat Brat will defeat Kaido? There are two supernovae here, and do not know what Luffy just did Kaido." Big Mom will be subjective in assuming that the other three will be killed by Kaido sooner or later. So the kingdom, she launched her ultimate move at Kid and Killer, but the two dodged it and started to counterattack. The next match between Yonko and the supernova takes place outside the castle. What Kid will do to hold Big Mom, whether he can awaken a devil fruit or not, I said it all in yesterday's video, no again. Continuing with chapter 1011, Law and Zoro quickly disappeared from the top of his skull. Of course, with his powers, Law did not need to walk, the stair confrontation was just a joke. He himself moved his red rose to the treasure house, most likely he would also return to the second floor, which is very close to the music and dance hall. It was here that Jack defeated all the warriors of the Mink clan, and went solo with Inuarashi. Among the Heart's crew, Bappo was also a Mink. Maybe it's time for Law to see his teammates again, and it's disastrous that I missed Hawken. The guy with Law and Bappo in chapter 987 really resembles Hawken, and he also tells someone who has a 1% chance of living until tomorrow morning. But after deceiving X-Drake, Hawken went missing until now, diving even deeper than Sanji. But Oda put Law and Zoro down. Are you trying to let the two of them help us gain the upper hand? Luffy solo Kaido, Kid, and Killer keep Big Mom, then the commander-in-chief will be Law. With great tactical vision, he will meet Q Hongbeo and discuss his next combat plan. Yamato was also able to take off Momonosuke's debt, and heard Law tell him about the situation. She was going to the top with Luffy. And Law's appearance could also involve Hawken, to see what Mr. Luate and he are up to. Hawken knows too much, but Law still lets him live. Then Hawken forces X-Drake to treason, to join the insurgent forces. All cannot be a coincidence. It turns out that Law is still healthy and being chased down by Luffy is purposeful. Oda wants him to take care of Zoro and wear the red envelope, and work out a combat plan. By the way, with Law and Kinemon protecting Momo, the rest of the samurai can split into action. Specifically, Law will take care of the preliminary situation, and assign a few people to the support floors, the rest protect Momonosuke. Kiku will go to take care of Kanjuro's name, because of his softness that he put Ashiradaji in danger. Kiku needs to make amends. In addition, the old resentment was also resolved. When Inu remarried with Jack, Reizo confronted Fukuro Kyuju. Then my prediction would be correct, it was Denjiro meeting Sasaki again, but a smooth Frankie could hardly defeat him. While Usopp and Nami are not rivals to the Ultai sisters, page 1. If Nami has more Zeus, Usopp also needs someone to help. If talking about ADC, I think Izo should work with Usopp. Jinbe and Who's Who alone won't need anyone to intervene, the rest will go to the concert hall together, and take care of the two Okanban notes. In the end, back to the top of his skull, Kaido would be in trouble against Luffy. He couldn't have expected him to have a new form. Gear 5 will be saved for when Kaido is finished, but now Luffy can still use his old stuff. Using the newly trained Haki, and the 4 Snake Man gear, Luffy unleashes a brand new attack on Kaido's mouth. Seeing Luffy's punch, suddenly his eyes went white, remembering some old time. And the flashback of Kaido the Zoo begins. At the end of the flashback, it is also when Kaido was dropped to Hoadu, when the climax took place. Those are my personal speculations about the next 1011 chapter. If you find it interesting, please donate the likes, share, and subscribe to a channel to support Top Shounen. Goodbye and see you again.
Yeah.